Hello, everyone. I'm Joanna De Ninis, and this is Truth Talk for April 20th, 2026. The topic for today is lack of trust. The reason why I chose this topic is because I had a rough day today. I'm going to be honest. Um, Things were just, you ever have one of those days where just things really couldn't flow smoothly? There was like one obstacle after another. And for me, I'm going to be honest. I feel sometimes if I am not in control of a situation and I'm reliant on someone else and they're not doing their job or they're not doing the job that I would do if I were in their shoes, it's very frustrating for me. And this happens to me a lot, especially in like customer service situations, right? Where on the phone you get bounced around and they say, oh, you got to do this and you go do this. And they're like, oh, no, we can't help you. You got to go back there. And then you're getting tossed around and talking to different people. One person says one thing, the other person says another. And there's no solution or resolution in sight. And it just gets the best of me. I'm going to be honest. It gets me frustrated, sometimes like beyond belief. And it takes all of me to just try to, contain myself. But I'm gonna be honest, that New Yorker in me comes out, and it's just words can be cutting, and um, I don't personally attack, but I certainly hold my end of the conversation, and I give it to them straight, to the point, and I don't know. I think I put them on their toes, basically, which um I did apologize once because I feel bad then, that I feel like I'm, demanding. But anyway, so I'm having this internal struggle. I mean, today was just a crazy day. Like I said, I had about, four or five to-do items on the list. And like I said, I was kind of facing resistance and things weren't kind of going my way. But, they eventually worked out for the most part. And then I was rushing to go to a meeting, um, because I'm trying to, this is another thing I struggle with. I have a problem with control, right? I think again, I don't trust the system, and I find myself then not trusting the people within the system, which can be difficult, right? Because if I'm trying to operate within a system that I don't trust or I feel I have no control over, it makes me feel uneasy. And I'm telling you this because, these are real human emotions that I'm sure I'm not the only one experiencing this, right? And nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. So this is the stuff that happens, right? We get into these situations, we find ourselves in a place of, not feeling safe. We're not sure if we can trust. Sometimes we're feeling perhaps violated. Maybe we have had past hurts in the past or past traumas that we see something and it triggers that. And it's like what happened to me. And that bad memory rushes to the front of everything. And now you can't see clearly. Now, even if, you know, you think you are okay in a situation or you trust someone, you start to be doubtful. And especially when like I view a situation, I read the situation or I pick up on an energy, um, I get thrown off, right? If it's a past trigger, a past hurt, it's certainly not helping my current situation when I see something that I don't exactly like what I'm seeing, right? If I'm reading the energy of a situation, it doesn't feel comfortable to me, it triggers something from my past. Now it's really tough for me to trust. And I'm sure we all kind of go through this at some point or another, right? We've had people hurt us in the past or people taken or stolen from us, violated us. and all of a sudden we find ourselves, in the real world, and this person that's in front of us, maybe they didn't mean anything bad, but they did something that triggered an emotion from the past, and now we've lost trust. So um and I'm a person that is very trusting from the get-go, and I think we have to be, right? I do believe we have to trust so that we don't shoot ourselves in the foot, right? We might miss opportunities if we don't trust. But at the same time, by trusting, we're vulnerable. And when someone does something that triggers a bad emotion, it's very hard to unsee that. So I'm in a bit of a pickle myself. Like I said, I'm in a bit of a internal conflict because I'd like to move forward with this, you know, one situation, but a bad memory was triggered. And now I'm looking at the situation going, can I trust how I feel? Is what I'm feeling valid? Do I have cause for concern? Or am I just bringing up past hurt that's interfering? So now trust is a tough thing. I believe we have to trust and verify, but what happens when that trust gets rocked, pretty early on? Do you just go into your shell and cut ties, or do you keep treading water and seeing if the water is safe to proceed? So that's where I'm at. I'm at an internal struggle right now. I don't know what to do. Like I said, I read a situation that I did not like and it triggered something in the past, and I'm thinking, what do I do with this? And this is after a long day of running around and being faced with obstacles. So today was definitely a little challenging, but every some days are good and some days not so good, right? Some days are breezy, easy, and other days are challenging uphill battles. And that's just the way life is. So what I'm going to do now, since I've had this internal conflict, is I'm going to turn inward. I'm going to get centered and grounded. I'm going to listen to that inner voice, and I'm going to listen to the guidance of my angels, my guides, my spirit guides, my ancestors, and I'm going to see what kind of messages filter through. I might ask a couple of friends what they think just to get an objective opinion. And then I guess what I'm going to do next is just put one foot in front of the other and just keep trying to establish that feeling of trust again, if it can be established again. So I don't know. Sometimes we just don't have the immediate answer, and sometimes maybe that's it. We just have to take a step back and just, instead of just nixing the whole idea, just proceed slowly. Proceed with caution, but not too much caution to the point where you shut everything out. So that's what I'm going to do, at least. Um, I don't know, but I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions, comments, suggestions. Um, if you've ever been faced with something similar or felt what I'm feeling right now, that uneasy feeling where you're not really sure which way to go, what do you do when that happens? Do you just run from it and say, forget it, I'm done? I don't want to face it? Do you ignore the feelings that you have inside, the read that you take away from the situation? Or do you, like I'm trying to do now, do you just proceed slowly, cautiously, reevaluating things, not trying not to let the past trauma take over or past hurt take over? I'd love to hear what you have to say, because you know what? I'm sure we've all been there at some point or another, right? We're all human. We're not perfect. Not everything is black and white. Sometimes, even though I'd like it to be sometimes, but, and like I said, no one's perfect, right? We all mess up. We all, we allow fears to creep in or distrust to creep in. And unfortunately, sometimes it does cause us to miss opportunities. So I guess we have to just be cautious before we nix a situation or nix a whole idea because we might be missing out or losing out on something that could be great. So I'm just going to, like I said, proceed slowly with caution, but still proceed forward. And like I said, turn inward and receive the guidance from my spirit guides and from some close friends that might have some opinions for me or some suggestions for me. And that's pretty much it because if we, it takes, it takes vulnerability and being okay with that unsettling feeling, I guess. But when you do have established trust, I guess you vet that person enough to know that you can trust them. It should be a great feeling, especially when it's mutual trust. One thing we don't want to do is betray those that trust us. And that's a hard that's a hard call because like I said, if someone says something that triggers a past experience or does something that triggers a past traumatic experience, we're right back to where I started from. You're vulnerable and you're feeling hurt and you don't know if you can trust and you just kind of want to run away and you don't want to face it. So, like I said, I think it's best to try to proceed with caution and, like my son would say, trust and verify as much as you can. And if you can't verify at the moment, perhaps give it some time, let the situation unfold and the opportunity to build the trust, perhaps over time. That's my 2 cents. But like I said, I'd love to hear yours. So help me out here. I'm at a place where I don't have an answer and I'm looking for one. So um, things are uneasy sometimes, the our world around us sometimes can make us feel really uneasy. And because everything's always in flux and changing, and then there's wars, and then there's no jobs, and then there's oh, what are we going to do? And gas prices are going up, and there's so many things that play into our day-to-day life that causes fear or doubt to set in. So, what do we do? Like I said, how do people handle that? What do you do? Right? How do you get calm and um, how do you address that situation? How do you feel like you can come out feeling safe and unaffected? Those are good questions. Do you just crawl in bed or avoid, or do you, like I said, just calm the situation down? Do you run from it? Do you ignore it? Do you, but again, love to hear some feedback. So let me know. Otherwise, if you like or these videos and some of what I say resonates with you, consider joining the REACH mission. REACH stands for Righteous Engagement and Accountability and Change for Everyone. I believe that we are in the driver's seat of our destiny, and it's important for us to, make good choices, good decisions using the golden rule. And the REACH mission, or I should say the REACH website, if you go to www.reach.group, group, There you will be able to join the Reach Facebook group, which is a support platform, just people helping people, sharing their own experiences, telling their personal story sometimes can help other people. There's also a place on the website to join the YouTube channel for Reach, which is where you can find videos like this. And there's a merchandise where you can buy um, shirts, other accessories with the Reach logo on it. That's to spread the word, to market. And a portion of the proceeds goes to the Reach Integrative Healthcare cause. Also, the cause, you can donate to that on the homepage on the website, or you can go to the causes page. And the Reach Integrative Healthcare cause is funded or will be funded to pay for people's alternative care, their Eastern medicine practices that they treat with to overcome chronic health challenges. So, looking to help everybody. However, we're going to pay for treatment for those who make less than $100,000 a year on their taxes, whether they're single or married. This is just to be fair. With resources, and people that make more than 100,000 can honestly probably afford their own care. So we're just trying to distribute evenly and fairly. And um, and that's pretty much it. So again, go to www.reache.group. These videos are intended to reach people that are like-minded, like me, wanting to help each other for the greater good. Um, to, like I said, fund impactful causes like the Reach Integrative Healthcare cause. I, put these videos out. I'm trying to do them daily because someone suggested I do that to grow the channel. So I'm doing that to grow the channel, get the word out about the integrative healthcare cause, which is a passion, purpose, a calling of mine. And like I said, please comment, please like, share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you can. And like I said, just spread the word because, to united we stand, divided we fall. If we can all come together, the whole purpose of the Reach mission is to reach, like I said, like-minded people, people that understand what I'm trying to do and agree with it, resonate with it, and want to join the mission. And so we want to reach, and the E at the end is for everyone. We want to reach everyone. Okay. Eventually. Obviously, not everybody's going to be on board, but we want to reach out to whomever we can, whoever's willing to receive assistance, you know, because we can't help people unless they want to help themselves. So we want to reach those people that we can reach to join our mission and grow the mission and do great things. Have it be a tremendous success. Heal people, heal the world. That's my saying. Heal people, heal the world. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Until next time, have a good night. Goodbye.